Hi guys, it's Chris from daxtrader.co.uk. I'm going to take a look at the Dax Technical Analysis for the 5th of December 2014, this Friday. Okay, so we gapped open higher this morning and we have been in a fairly clean uptrend for the last couple of hours. We made a fresh high around about 9 o'clock where we had a bit of a spike higher actually upon the open of 9 o'clock. And then we've now pulled back off of those highs. It's possible that we might be now making a second start for the trend, and we might be now looking to go and take out or test the VPOC from yesterday. So we've pretty much taken out Wednesday's value area high, low, and VPOC. So that entire value area is gone now, and I think that was also, yeah, it was almost perfectly the low volume pocket from yesterday as well. We're currently sat on a sell signal, but probably going to ignore that for the moment. And the developing VPOC and the VWAP are pretty much at the same area at 99.25-ish, 99.29. So from today, I think that I'm fairly bullish. I think that we're looking to go up and test this level, the 10.21. If that goes, we've got the deviation high at 10.34. I think there's maybe an R2 or an R1 somewhere up here at 10.40, and then you've got the value area high from yesterday at 10.87 as well. If we do manage to drop down, we've got a few areas to take out. We've got to retest this value area low. We've got the VWAP and the developing VPOC to take out, the value area low from yesterday to take out, various pivot levels. But also, if we do drop down to the 98.50, that's been historically quite supportive, and there's also this low volume pocket which we tested yesterday that we haven't been able to take out. So if that goes, then we are possibly going to start to signal the start of this correction, which we've been hoping for a little while now. Fairly soon, I think I'm going to be turning bullish. Sorry, let me start that again. Fairly soon, I think I'm going to be turning bearish. I think my targets have already been hit for the year, and I just wonder how long now we're going to continue in this trend. I think for much of December, it's going to be difficult to take that larger swing trade down, but certainly in January, I'll going to be considering shorting the market quite significantly. So we'll take a look at the pivot levels as well. So we've got a pivot level at 99.39. Then the R1 for today is 10.45, 10.46. So I think we can easily go up and test that fairly early, before NFP certainly. The R2 might not be in reach. It's 10.193. So I don't know if we're going to get as far as that. We're already moved up today by 0.75%. And it's difficult to know exactly how much further we might be moving today. Can't imagine we're going to be, I mean, to get up to the R2, we're going to be moving, what, a couple of percent? And I don't think we're going to do that. To the downside, we have got the S1 at 97.92. We've also got the S2 at 96.85. Still trapped in this range. We've got a good 200-point range. I've just widened it a little bit. And we've been in there for, best part of 2 weeks now. So still looking for this kind of break one way or the other. So that's kind of it for the DAX today. So my bias is fairly bullish, but I'm going to try and be as sort of flexible as possible, depending on what is going to happen with NFP. A couple of other markets that I'm looking at. Gold, we've been in a kind of a, you could call this a wedge pattern, a flag pattern perhaps, but we're starting to break out of that pattern now, and I thought we might be looking to sell this simply as a breakdown. It actually looks like it might just be more of a bit of consolidation at the moment. So this might just be a bit of a false move. But if you're expecting a good NFP number, then the short gold is not a bad shout. A couple of other markets that are interesting. I was looking at the pound dollar. It's a bit of a messy chart this, so if you can sort of see through all of the stuff. We're in this kind of wedge formation, and there was a breakout in the early morning this morning, and it came back up to test this, which I shorted, and it's gone against me. I think I got out a little bit early. Had I stayed in, I wouldn't have been stopped out, but I think it's fairly likely that I probably will be. I think my stop was at around about 156.750 or something like that, but I got out a little earlier. But that one looked interesting, but it seems to be a bit of a fake out there. The Aussie dollar is just, it seems to be in a relentless downtrend at the moment, and I think that if I just remove this little range box, haven't really broken out one way or the other this morning. There's an opportunity to continue to short this market, but it just looks like it's moving a little bit sideways at the moment, and so I might just leave that one alone. The dollar CAD was another one that's been trapped in this kind of wedge formation, and it looks like it's broken out to the upside today. I have gone long on that one, and I waited for it to come back in, and well, I was hoping for a pullback really closer towards this moving average down here. Now this setup that I've got on this chart, all these different averages, if you just Google finger trap strategy, there's a guy on Daily FX who writes about the finger trap strategy, and he's a trainer for Daily FX, and I've just basically used that system that he's got. Sometimes it can be quite useful to sort of trade momentums, and I've done it based on this, so I've sort of loosely followed a bit of that system to get into a trade, but you know, you can kind of use the systems however you want to use them. Kiwi dollar was the one that I was looking at. I got stopped out on this one. I had a fairly small stop loss, about 15 pip or so. But that one unfortunately didn't work out. Euro pound is one that's going to be quite interesting to watch, because lots of things going on with this one. Historically, if we go back to sort of 2010, we've got this floor, price floor, it's quite a thick line here, but 77.50, that kind of area, it's been pretty supportive long term, and we are not a million miles away from that level. We've also got this descending trend line that's been going back for about 4 years or so, and we've been trading in a channel down, and now started to form this kind of compression triangle, if you like. So it is quite interesting to see what price is going to do. There's not a huge amount left to the downside, but if you look at the fundamentals of these two, it would suggest that we should be shorting this. Maybe next year we'll be breaking through that floor, as you know, interest rate expectations have been priced in for the pound, as well as the weakness from the euro has been priced in as well. So this pair is trading at pretty low levels, but it's quite an interesting setup in terms of how it seems to be compressing itself for, you know, probably a fairly big move at some point in the not too distant future. So that's one that's that I've been watching. I've missed this one, but very, very nearly got in at on a pullback. But this was the pound yen, and been experiencing quite a big run on this one, big rally, and what I was hoping to do was to experience a bit of a pullback from this mini move here, get down into the fib zone and then go long, but just about missed it, unfortunately, so I didn't get in there, and I've missed that move. That's gone. The euro yen was pretty much the same setup. It did come back to the area I wanted, but I missed that one too. So there's a few pairs that are out there. Some of them are okay, some of them I'm just going to sit and wait for an opportunity. But in terms of the Dax today, I am fairly bullish, currently on a long trade, and we'll wait and see if we can retest this 1035 level or so. So good luck trading for the rest of the day, and I'll be back later on.